Hey guys, I'm Melissa.
I'm Patty.
And we are
Efecto Podcast. Welcome back.
We're complete this time. We hope you guys enjoyed the last episode.
I know I did. As someone who was not here, I was telling Melly, first of all, shout out to Melly for holding it down for El Efecto Podcast. I honestly, bitch, was watching it and I was so giddy. Because one, I'm like, the episode was so good. The content was so good. The conversation was so good. She literally was, Gabby was like sent to us. We were meant to find each other because her escrito, her messages aligned perfectly for us. And again, when she was like, I was reaching out and only you guys responded.
Yeah.
It was meant to be.
It was literally meant to be.
It was so good. When I was watching it, I was like, oh my God, I was just so proud. I felt literally like a proud mom watching Melly, like, I don't know, because bitch, like, I feel like you don't give yourself enough credit, but bitch, you were there, and I literally was like, yes, bitch. I was like, who is that?
No, guys, I was so nervous, but then I was like, okay, once I was telling Patty, once I actually got to see Gabby and talk to her, it was like an instant connect. I was like, okay, thank God.
Yeah.
But I was so anxious because one, duh.
Yeah.
We've never done this alone, but I'm like, oh my gosh. I was I was a little proud of myself because I was like, oh my God, you did that.
It was so good. And I love how you guys were matching.
Yeah.
I was dying down to the boots.
Yeah, she was when we saw each other too, she's like, oh my God, we're matching.
No, it was so funny. But it was such a good episode. If you guys haven't checked it out, make sure to check it out. Make sure to follow Gabby. Make sure to reach out to her.
Everything.
If you want her escrito, we can share the link with you.
Yes. Yeah,
so
and then
good.
I know she was working on having it up on her Instagram. We'll get more details, but yes, please follow her, La Dramatica, on Instagram and TikTok. But you'll see that all in our Instagram. But guys, it's such a good escrito. It's you guys should.
So good, and it was just funny. So we had planned this because we were sent the escrito a while ago, and we were supposed to have her earlier. But then
I ended up in the hospital.
Yeah. I wasn't going to say that, but yeah. And we couldn't. So then we finally got her back. And then literally I think I texted you the Thursday before. Mm-hmm. And I was like, bitch. So I'm going to need you to do me a really big favor and do the episode by yourself because I'm going to Coachella. Yeah. Or actually, I keep saying that. I didn't go to Coachella. I went to Karochella. I went to Coachella just for one day just to see Karol G. And honestly, I manifested it. Yeah. My Delulu became my Trilulu because I've never craved or had a FOMO to go to Coachella. Even when Bad Bunny was there, my thing was I just want to see his performance. And then if I could teleport back, amazing. Mm-hmm. It wasn't until this year, because it was JB and Karol G, where I was like, oh. And then after watching the performances, I was like, oh, I want to go. I was like, I don't give a fuck if it's one day. I want to go. And so I was like, you know what? I don't know, but I'm just going to start recording things in case I manifest it. Then I could be like, bitch, I did this. Mm-hmm. So literally after Sunday, Karol G's performance weekend 1, I didn't watch it, but then the next morning I was watching clips. And I was like, fuck, I have FOMO. I was like, what if I could go? I don't know how. I kept it to myself, didn't tell nobody. Monday, I started ordering things for an outfit. I was like, okay, if I were to go, what am I going to wear? I just need to have a backup just in case, and I can always return it. No pasa nada. They get here. I went to Soul Cycle to celebrate our friend Zoo's birthday, and we're chit-chatting outside, and our friend David was like, oh, I'm going to go to Coachella again on Sunday to see Karol G, just Sunday. And I was like, oh my God, I want to go. And he's like, if I find you a ticket, will you go? And I'm like, yes. And for me, I was like, period. It's meant to be because I'm not the one looking for it. He reached out to friends that were out there, or anyone have a ticket, anyone not going on Sunday, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, regardless, you're going to go. So he's like, just plan that you're going to go. But I was like, I'm not going to tell Melly until it's I'm going. So I think I followed up with him on Thursday. He was like, I have someone, but I'm not sure yet. And then it was solidified Friday, okay, yeah. But I texted Melly. I was like, now it's getting close. I was like, I was like, I also need to give Melly time to mentally prepare to host by a stranger for the first time on her own on Sunday. So I texted her this whole, I was like, bitch, I'm so sorry, super last minute, but like I'm going to Coachella. And Melly's like, what?
I know. I mean, I was excited, guys, because we had like talked about it like little in there. But I'm like, guys, like, yeah, I'm like, bitch, what? Like, yes, what the fuck? Like, I'm like, I will figure it out. Like, I'm like, I don't care. Go. Like, that, you can't pass that up.
No, but it was so good. And I was telling Melly, because everyone keeps asking me, how was Coachella? How was Coachella? And honestly, I don't think I can give a fair review of Coachella because, again, my experience was just solely around Karol G. Like, I only went because of her. Like, that's why I was like, down Sunday, let's fucking go. I literally we didn't get into the festival until like 7 p.m. We like saw Young Thug for a little bit, walked around, grabbed food, ran into some people, and then went straight to Karol G's set to like get a spot, which we actually got a really good spot. So I feel like, being there, it was a vibe, cool. But like, I don't know. I thought I was going to feel this like euphoric thing that everyone's like, oh my God, Coachella. I didn't experience that. But again, I'm telling myself it's because I didn't get a full experience. And that's fine. But again, I went for Karochella and bitch.
She delivered.
It was so good. It was so good. I don't care what anyone says. I watched Weekend 1. In my opinion, Weekend 2 was way better. Like
I agree.
And I've heard that from multiple people. And I'm like, again, I could be biased because I was physically there, but I'm just like, just other things. Like everyone's like, well, everyone always says like Weekend 1 is like, you kind of figure things out. Weekend 2, you're set. So like she started on time. Her set was ready. Yeah. Not only did we get Becky G the same as Weekend 1, we got Bessel, we got J Balvin and Ryan Castro. Yeah. Like, girl, like Mel, tell them what you did when you saw J Balvin.
Guys, I literally the performance period. Like I was in my room doing the whole thing, like screaming, whatever. The moment I hear the song, and then of course I was like, okay, oh my God, I started screaming, guys, and I literally texted Patty in that moment because I'm like, this
and I have no service.
Yeah, I'm like, of course, and also in that moment, like she's not gonna see that she's there. But guys, I started going crazy. I was like, oh my God, because we were just having a conversation about J Balvin. We were leaving the studio.
We were leaving the studio. Or is it when we went to dinner?
It was one of the. I think we were leaving the studio for some reason because we were leaving the studio.
Yeah.
We were playing. I was playing music, reggaeton, whatever. It was a ton of different like songs, and then a J Balvin song came up, and I was like,
we were leaving Vicky's. We were going to Vicky's.
Oh,
That's what it was.
Yes. Yeah. A J Balvin song came up, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna skip over. I'm like, he's cool or whatever, like And then Patty's like, no, bitch, I love J Balvin, and she was like talking about how like she has a connection with one of her friends, like whatever, and it just brings back some memories. And I was like, oh my God. So the moment. Like this was days before. So like the moment that happened, I was like, no way. I was like, this was meant to be, and it aligned in the perfect way. I was like, because now he is there. Yeah, like bitch, what?
In that moment, so I'm recording, she's talking, and I was like, oh my God. And on our way to Coachella, David and I were chatting, like, who do you think she's gonna bring out? I was like, I would die if it was Bad Bunny. I was like, I would die. I fucking love him.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, my two number ones at the same time, girl. But I was like, I don't know. I feel like she's going to bring someone like the Colombian. I was like, I think it's going to be J Balvin. I'm like, what if it's J Balvin? He was like, no, I don't know. But he was like mistaken. He thought something else. He was like, no, I don't think that's going to happen because blah, 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 blah. And I was like, I don't know. I was like, okay, if he's not here, like whatever. But I was like, I don't know. That's just in my head.
Yeah.
And then Zoo and I were already talking about like Beso Pluma because we're like, oh, he's already in Palm Springs. Yeah. So we're like, it's going to be him. When I tell you, when I just heard, bah, I literally thought of Melly immediately. I was like, no fucking way. And then I was like, we literally were just talking about this.
And like, it's so, like, that's why we both had the same thought because I was like, oh, they're like, even my mom was like, ay, ¿qué tienes? I'm like, you don't get it. But I was like, oh my God. Like, again, it was just meant to be. Like, it was meant to be that way.
But it was so good. Like, I had the best time singing, dancing. We had really good, like a really good view, good, I was going to say seats, good area we were in. The people were cool around us. we left before it was like officially over because we didn't want to get stuck. And I was like, I'm totally fine with that. So we started walking towards the back, and it took a minute to get back there. But then David was like, wait, she's going to do your song, Amargura. I was like, oh, bitch, I am ready.
Yeah.
I was fucking jumping around. No. So I like ran from the group at one point and ran towards the stage. And I'm like getting ready, and David's like behind me. And then once that song was over, we're like dancing out.
Yeah.
Once we get out of like where she's performing, bitch, the adrenaline is like going away. My feet were on fire. Yeah. And Zoo was like, this is the part of Coachella where you lock the fuck in. Bitch, we walked. It felt like I walked fucking a marathon to get back to the fucking shuttles. It took forever. Like, I was like, I was walking hella slow. Yeah. I was walking so slow because I was like, I just can't. And I was like, nope, we're almost there. We're almost there. We got home. We got to the shuttle. We all took like a little nap. And then we had to get an Uber. And then, bitch, the Uber, because there's like no service. Oh, God. Someone was like, we got to go this way. We look at the map. We're walking in the wrong direction. And I was like, puta madre.
Especially after no.
We get to the house at like 2-ish. I shower. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to start packing now. Because I just want to sleep. And then in the morning, I could just like change, do my morning routine, and head the fuck out. And bitch, tell me what? I didn't fall asleep till like 3 something. I woke up, I think, at like 6 or 6:30. But like, I just woke up. Yeah. And I felt fine.
Oh, good. I mean,
like,
good.
Bitch, I was drinking my electrolyte. Don't get it twisted. Because when I got to the Airbnb, I got drunk immediately.
I know. I was telling Patty, I saw our cousin. Our cousin was at Palm Springs with them, and he told me the first thing. I was like, oh, how was like the weekend, whatever. He was like, oh, it was like cool, fun, like, because he's like, he just likes being at the house in the pool drinking. And then he's like, dude, I was hanging all day. I wasn't drunk the whole weekend until fucking Patty got there. It took me an hour and a half to 2, and I was drunk as fuck. I was like, oh my God. And then Patty was sending her cousin to Amanda, and I updates, and I was like, it was changing per video. That once I got that video of her in the Airbnb, I said yes. And I'm like, take another shot. She's like, oh bitch.
Was that the one? Was I in the bathroom?
Yes.
I was in a romper. And I was like, girls, we're at this, do not wear a romper.
It was so funny, but yeah.
No, but it was so good. That was a really fun side quest. And also because I just haven't had, like, we went to Catalina, but I don't know. I've just been like, work has been super stressful. And I was like, that was like a thing that I needed in between another stressful week of work.
Yeah. And it's, performance.
And so I wasn't there when she announced her tour. I saw it in the morning.
Oh my God, yeah.
So I heard it, but I didn't like really understand because we're kind of far already. Yeah. But when I got back to the Airbnb, I saw it in the morning. Like when I woke up the next day, I was like, so when I went to work, then everyone's asking me, how was it? Blah, blah, blah. We're chit-chatting and they're like, oh, so did you sign up for her pre-sale? And I'm like, bitch, when the fuck is the pre-sale? They're like, Monday, this past Monday. And I'm like, say less, sign up, cool. I didn't tell her anything. We did not communicate about this. And I was like, okay, I'm going to log in. Me thinking, I'm going to log in an hour before they go live. I'm going to get in the queue. No pasa nada. I thought wrong. Literally get in the queue. I couldn't even get in the queue. God. And then hours later, she announces her second date. I get back in the queue. I'm not getting in. I'm like, fuck it. I try one more time. I got in like this. And immediately I'm like, I'm that fucking sound. And I thank God. I was like, I got the funds. Check out. Immediately check out.
Guys, I
just sent her a screenshot.
She sent me a screen. I'm at work, and I finally like had a moment, and I looked down. And I was like, I got my coworker was like, what? And I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna go see her. I was like, my cousin got the tickets. I was literally, and then I couldn't react fully back to her until later when I was driving. I was like, shut the fuck up. Oh my God, I cannot wait, guys.
No, we're gonna have the best time.
It's gonna be the best time. We've seen her already. like
we've seen her
amazing.
multiple times.
Yes,
we went to Vegas
I know,
for her.
Vegas, and then here, like,
Yeah.
oh my god, like, and I already know we're gonna cry, we're gonna dance,
Yeah.
the whole thing. I'm so fucking ready.
Una peda.
Yeah,
Nos vamos
All
a
of
poner
it.
bien González y de Santiago.
yeah, literally. I'm so ready, but I love that for you so much.
No.
Well, I love that for us, but I love the Coachella part for you.
No, I was gonna say we're both going.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, it was so good. But then, also before that, we had like a cute little dinner date.
Yeah, we went. It
ended up being like a whole thing.
Yeah, no, guys, we literally because of that, Patty was like, okay, well, I'm gonna be gone. Let's make sure like we're set
prepped.
and like prepped. And I was like, okay, but what if we like go to Din Tai Fung? Din Tai Fung had no reservations.
I have been craving that.
Me too, and we had been talking about it for a while. So I was like, okay, let me just check. I checked the one close to our home. I checked the one in Santa Monica. I was like, none of them. I was like, okay, whatever. And I was like, I just want dumplings. So there's another place near us, and we ended up just going there. And then we had like a good talking sesh. And then we also went to another like bar next to it. This was a newer place.
It's a new restaurant.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it's called.
Oh, yeah, it's a restaurant, but they have like an outside area.
Yeah.
With like a bar and stuff. And we're like, okay, let's go plan there and like have a drink and some fries. But no, guys, it was a good time. Like we had one good dinner, good conversation. I feel like there was like so much to catch up on, just because, like Patty said, like she was super busy with work, and then like me too. Like I've been super busy. So during the week, like we'll do check-ins here and there.
It's literally like, how's your morning? Have a great day.
And then like and you guys know we say this all the time. Like it's like that, and then it's really on our drives here or like in between where we can catch up. But we were having good conversation. I was telling her, I was like, guys, like I had been struggling for a little bit. I've been struggling for a little bit. And if you guys know that I've opened up on this podcast before, like when I have like my moments, I tend to like shut down or hold a lot of things in. And then I randomly like just like explode. So that was like starting to pile up, and it's going to go well into like the conversation that we're about to have here. But it's just more... There was a lot of things that I was taking in because I was being there for, everyone else around me, which, obviously I won't get into details and no shade to anyone around me, but it was just more about like, oh, okay, I was starting to notice little things where it was like with one person, then another person, then another person. I was like, whoa. And it wasn't until I was talking to Patty where I realized like, oh, damn, like I've been like taking all of this in, like, because there's like, and on top of that, like I had my own shit to deal with on top of that. And I didn't realize how much I was holding back internally myself with something that had happened. And then on top of that, like trying to be there for everyone else, that I was suppressing that other thing and whatnot. Yeah, like just really, guys, boundaries and friendships. And that's one thing that I've struggled with along the way, like for a long time. And I've tried to set more of those boundaries the past few years, which have helped me so much with myself, my growth, like everything. But I think that that's one thing I try to be that person for everyone, that I don't realize that I'm not being that person for myself.
Yes.
And it's like, we had that like moment where it's like, oh shit, it was like a little reality check where I'm just like, no, I'm just being there for this person.
And I literally was this. Like,
yeah.
bitch. And that's where I am more like, I was like, Mel, I was like, one, that's a lot to take in. And I was like, also, that is not your responsibility. I was like, I love that you are showing up you are an amazing friend. You're being there for people. Amazing. I'm like, but at the end of the day, like, there's other people that need to be involved or part of the conversation, or like, God forbid something happens or you give advice and it goes wrong and somehow it gets back. Like, that's just a lot going on. And also people at work. Oh, and I feel like we all kind of have a little bit of this because I can be that way too. But at work, they always say, like, you cannot fill other people's cups if your cup is empty. No. Yeah. And sometimes I feel like we convince ourselves, like, it makes us feel better. Like, oh, yeah, I love being there for them and whatnot. But then you end up taking on those feelings, or, like, you're worried. That's another thing to worry about, like, oh, like, how is this person doing? Like, I just got to make sure of that. And then you're, like, not taking care of what you actually have to take care of, especially when it's heavy. Yeah.
And like to Patty's point, I think it all happened so quick that I didn't even realize, because it's like, yeah, it was all like around the same time. And there was like this going on and this going on and this going. And I was like, whoa. And then until I said it out loud, I was like, oh shit. Like, okay. So I had that moment, and then I realized I was like, okay, I should probably have a therapy session. So guys, I did have a therapy session. Thank God for my work perks. But it was like good. I was like, I had that moment where I was like, oh no, I have to talk to someone, and more about just, yeah, like, just open up, talk to someone. And I haven't done that in a while. Like there was some time that we had conversation here. I know Patty was like, she's been open about her therapy. I started therapy at one point and then I stopped, and then, yeah, but I did that again, and it felt so good, guys. I was like, I needed that. And it just, after that, I was like, okay, I really need to start setting those boundaries again. And it looks different for everyone. But I think the first step was me having that therapy session, because it's like, okay, what are you facing with right now internally? Like that made me be like, I want to do this, or like just keep myself occupied with other people's problems that I'm not dealing with my own. And I think it happened so quick, and there was a moment where I was like, good. And then, yeah, there's always things happening, but it was like, oh shit, like it hit me. But yeah, like I was glad that I did that. And then it just goes back to that, like, please, like, and I'm saying this out loud to a camera and to you, but I need to take my own advice. But boundaries are so important when it comes to your relationships, your friendships, and like, again, yourself. And
No, 1,000%. Boundaries just look different. And again, that's not to say like you can't be there for your friends, but sometimes it's like before a venting session, like check in with yourself first, or even be like, maybe you're just like, oh, how are you doing? And then they start to unload. Like, it's very much okay to be like, oh, like, I'm actually, like, I want to support you. I want to be there for you, but I'm just not in the mental capacity to take this on. I'm like, I actually have a lot going on. I was like, I just want to know if like you're okay. Like, and even then, like, okay, I don't need to know the details, but like, maybe is there someone else that you like, do you actually need to talk to somebody? Or maybe, I don't know, maybe you even just saying that helps a situation. But I feel like boundaries across the board, like at work, like with your family, with your friends, and it looks different everywhere. It's probably, and I don't think sometimes it can be easier than other things, even like at work, like putting it, like setting time on like when you're gonna do things, not saying yes to everything right away, or like don't, like, under promise over delivers, like the way I do things at work, like, because then you're just like pleasantly surprised when I get more work done. But I feel like that's a little bit easier versus when it comes to like people in my personal life, especially when it comes to like family. We can just start there, because I feel like that's like a big thing where, especially in the Latino household, like, you're not supposed to have a boundary. Like, what you mean? No. We all live under the same roof. Your business is my business. And I'm like, no, ma'am. No, it's not. Because I don't need fucking Fulita over there to know what's happening.
I haven't seen her across the street.
No, literally. But we're made to feel that, like, setting a boundary is the worst thing ever.
Yeah. And honestly, like, setting the boundary in anything. So I'm tying this back to friendships as well, or friendships and relationships, because we've talked about it earlier on this episode, like, but it's like how not this episode, this podcast, how we've lost friendships along the way, or there's certain friendships that have changed because we've set certain boundaries, and it's like, oh, like, you're not the same, you this and that. Like, guys, the Melissa that I was with certain friendships, not saying like it's just like gone, but it's like it's changed so much. And that was the first thing right away, like, oh my God, she's not the same person, she's changed, like, she's not there, and it's like that always that's the first thing that people like go to. It's like, oh, like, she's changed, because she's like being a bitch, or like certain things like that. It's like, no, that's like the number one thing. I'm like, because you're prioritizing yourself. I'm like, that means you're a bitch, that means you've changed.
That's
like,
the crazy part, because I remember the moment when all of that was happening, and like us having our one-off conversations, and I just reminding you, I'm like, bitch, like, at the end of the day, you're doing this for yourself, and bitch, you were so much happier outside of like getting all that to you, but you were just happier with the way you were moving in your life, and the people that weren't benefiting from how you were before.
Exactly.
And I feel like that was like a big
eye opener.
1,000%.
Yeah, it was a huge eye opener, and then it made me realize, well, if those person, like, or I guess if those persons, if those friends, those relationships, those friendships, whatever, don't accept that, then those are not my friends. Those, they don't generally like care about me. That's what I thought about in the moment, right? Then there was like different conversations, but it's like that's the number one thing. I'm like, you can't respect my boundary, my time, and you're like, there's again, boundaries look different for everyone. And on my receiving end, it's like, there are certain things I'm like, oh no, I get it. So I don't know. It just like made me think about that. But to your point, it like opened up like that. Like, okay, you have to put yourself first at the end of the day, no matter what. Like I don't know.
Yeah, but also having those conversations with people, because that was another thing. Like when you do set a boundary, okay, then how do you want this to go forward? That's where I've noticed a big difference, because I've had people in my life where when boundaries were set, two completely different experiences. On one end, it's like all hell broke loose. Yeah. And on the other end, it's like, okay, then how would you like me to react? Or how would you like me, what do you want me to do in this situation? And sometimes I'm literally like, nothing.
Yeah.
Like I'm not looking for you to fix anything. Yeah. Sometimes I just need someone to vent to. Sometimes I don't need anything. I just need space, grace, and just love at that point.
Yeah.
Like I don't really need it. I appreciate the friends that now kind of know, like just like a quick check-in, cool, and it's not too much, because my thing is I have always felt that like I've always been made out to be the bad guy. I go, because I also look inward. I am very much not the person that like when I'm going through something, I am not going to reach out to anybody to talk about it. I need to process everything in my mind first. I don't really want to talk to anybody about it. And then when I'm kind of like, okay, when I get to the root of like, why do I feel this way? That's when I will reach out to a lifeline, whether it's you, whether it's another friend. But again, I've had conversations where amazing, they understand that's how it is. Cool, we're good. But I've also had it on the other end where it's like, that just doesn't work. And I'm like, okay, like, I don't need that. Like, if you're not okay with how I need to process my stuff, like, that's not my problem. That's a you problem.
Yeah, no, 100%. And that's like,
and that goes for the household too.
Yes, we were guys. I mean, Karate and I have like conversations all the time, but at home, oh my gosh. And it goes also to like that's a form of mutual respect. Like it's like respecting one another and like, again, respecting your time, your decision.
At home, it looks very different, especially growing up Latina, because again, we love our cultura, love that's very family oriented, but the family is like the number one thing, almost to the point where it's like, that has to be your entire identity. Like wanting to, I think we might have touched on this previously, but like wanting to be an individual is looked at negatively sometimes. And again, this isn't all Latino families are some very progressive, but traditionally that's how it is. And no matter what, you have to care about like what the family thinks of you, blah, 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 blah. But also there's a lot of old school ways of thinking that no longer work or kind of keep you stuck. Mm-hmm. And if you think differently, that's where issues arise. And that's kind of where like, okay, I'm going to limit my access or how much you know about me, because then it's just going to turn into this big argument. And I'd rather not argue and save our relationship. Like we don't have to talk about this. Like for example, I'm very private with my parents, extremely private for multiple reasons. One, because a lot of times they just don't understand the why behind why I want to do things. Like, okay, you were fine with doing that. I don't want that. I don't want that for me. And also, if I say something, I know it's going to get repeated to all of my tias, my abuelita, and then to my tias on the other side. Like, I don't need that. Like, I'll come on here and say it. Or I'll go on TikTok live. Like, I'm not going to do that. And my mom's favorite line to say is, oh, pero tú puedes decir lo que quieres de tu vida. Ah! Did you say it again? Slow down and repeat what you just said. And no, bitch, I did not say that to her. I'm like, ah! I go, what did you just say? You said that I can say whatever I want about my life. Yeah. Correct. Just because you are made to feel that you cannot do that, that doesn't mean that I can't do that.
Yeah.
I have the respect for myself to defend myself. You don't, babe.
No, but that is like, dude, that is so spot on, guys. Like that part, like even just what you said, I'm like, because I'm like triggered. No, it's like to that, like, yes, it's my life. If I want to come on here, and we've said this, like a lot of times, our families, our moms, whatever. I know my mom finds out things because of this. Like it's like, but because we want to put it out there because it's our life. It's coming from me. But you mentioned something about staying stuck, and I feel like this goes across again, just within the Latino community in general. Like I have so many friends, cousins, etc., and it's that point where it's like our whole life we've been made to think like, okay, do you owe this or this, like, you know, to your parents, or like all this. Speaking for myself specifically, I am stuck in the same situations over and over. One, to avoid the conversations and the conflict. I'm like, this is not going to get us anywhere. Let me just deal with it. Or once we do have a conversation about it, it's not going to change because it's not clocking. Literally, it's not clocking. So it's that. It's like you stay stuck, and it's like it's so frustrating. And it goes. We had a conversation about this, but the respect. Like it's like, a mí me respetas o respetas esta casa. What? Respeto esta casa? I'm like, why? Because you want me to obey. You want me to continue with these cycles over and over. And me setting a boundary or me doing something outside of what you think is not right. That's a lack of disrespect. But are you respecting me?
Or like, do they even know what you want?
Exactly. It's like, you know, and it goes to like respect is mutual, but also you
no entienden la puta vibra.
No entienden la vibra, nada. And like, yeah, like it's that constant cycle.
It's just hard. That's also why like I move different. I'm like, okay, in the beginning I would try like literally like say the same thing over and over again, and now I'm just like, now I limit the access. And that is it, because I know it's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Like, it's not going to go. There's no point.
Yeah.
There really is no point. And I'm like, you say you want X, Y, and Z, but then when I actually give you my own opinion and it does not match yours, there's an issue.
Yeah.
I'm the bad guy because I don't think what you think, and I'm not a yes man. I was not raised to be a yes man, which is also wild that they expect me to be one. I'm like, I'm literally both of you.
Yeah.
Neither of you are yes men. So why do you expect that from me?
Yeah.
And I always say, like, you paid. One thing that like triggers me that my dad says is like, don't think. Like, he wants you, like, think he wants you to obey. And in my head, I'm like, bruh, you paid for this brain. You
like,
dropped bags for this. Like, what do you mean don't think? I'm gonna think.
Yeah.
And I think you're wrong.
That line is crazy.
Oh, bitch, my whole life. Whole life.
Oh,
my entire life. Going on record. My entire life.
Yeah.
Don't think. And I'm like, bruh, you know how, like, backwards that is? Because you're dropping hella money for me to think.
Yeah. No.
What do you think I do for work? Yeah. Like, what do you think I do for work?
Every second.
Like, non-stop. But, yeah, it's just so hard. And we're seen as, like, being selfish when we, like, want to spend time by ourselves, or, like, not spend time or not go to certain events because whatever the reason, I don't feel comfortable at that event. I don't really care to be around this group of people, or like that's just not my vibe. Like, period. It does not align with where I'm at right now.
Yeah, and I feel like that, like, it's taken I know within like my household and my relationship with my parents, it's taken such a long time to get to where we are now. Not saying that it's perfect, and it's not, but it's more me setting that boundary of like, if I want to go do, I'm like, hey, I'm going to leave. I'll be right back. Whatever. Like, it's gotten to that point, or to Patty's point, I've just limited that access to like them being able to be in my head, in my mind at all times, because it's like, no. And it's so like recently I see it a lot more. Like, I'll get home there, like, and I've said it here. We have like family dinners, right? it's happened a little bit less because I just get home late and it's just like me quickly and out, or then I get home, I eat, and then I'm like, all right, I'm leaving. Oh, you're leaving? Yeah, I'm going to the gym. I'm doing whatever. And it's like, what? And they're like, oh, well, you don't spend any time with us, and now you're leaving again, and now you're going on this trip, and now, yeah. Like,
the routine, that was like, when I started going to the gym and I got back into SoulCycle, that was like a big thing because it was like, you're always working and you, like, we're not going to see you. And I was like, that's the only time I have for myself.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the reason that like they can't say anything to me because I'm not out there getting high. I'm not out there getting pregnant.
Yeah.
Like, bitch, I'm literally exercising.
yeah, or I'm going to class. I'm going to the gym.
Yeah, or literally I'm at work.
Yeah.
Like, I don't do anything.
Yeah.
I don't do anything. I literally work and work out and do this. And that's literally my whole life.
Yeah.
Occasionally I'll have a side quest and go to Coachella or whatever, pop into a concert here and there, black out a day. But honestly, that's what it is. And also, I feel like a thing that's hard to even like when you're on the receiving end, because like when people put a boundary against like us or like you personally, a lot of times it can feel like rejection, like, oh, this person doesn't want to be around me, blah, blah. But there's also like a reason why. And at the end of the day, we have to respect that. Like, okay, that's fine. But also, like, just because someone is used to having access to you doesn't mean that they're entitled to it.
Yeah.
Because someone can have access to you for years, but you are dying on the inside. And you finally stand up for yourself. It goes back to what you were talking about with like friends and stuff. Like, you were unhappy for so long and then you finally set up a boundary and then they take offense to it.
Yeah.
But it's because they were gaining something from you not standing up for yourself, essentially.
Yeah. And guys, right now that Patty says that, it's just funny because it brings me back, it not triggers, but it brings me back to so many moments where we had those conversations where Patty's like, I am not allowing people to have access to me, or access to me is a privilege. And I've heard this like in different ways, and it's so true because the people, and we've said this here too, the people who, like, I'm just saying the people I'm like, guys, like the people that are around you and everything, it impacts you. And then having that access to that point, it's like, no, like, you don't deserve access to me. You don't deserve, like, or no, sorry, I'm not going to say don't deserve. It's just, oh my God, where was it going with this?
Maybe it could either be, I think it's a spectrum.
Yeah.
I think there's people that maybe do not deserve any because I can think of people who don't deserve any fucking access from you. Like, they should not even be for you.
Yeah.
But then there's people that's like, okay, maybe just right now, it's just not it. And also I feel like sometimes people will test the waters, like do a temperature check, but it's like, no, like, I'm so good off of that. And sometimes when you put a boundary up, you have the space and you're like, actually, like, I do miss that person. And it's like, okay, look, you have a conversation, but you also have to respect whatever the other person wants. Because there are also sometimes where you're just like, actually, I set this boundary and I feel so much better.
Yeah.
I feel so much better and I don't even want to risk that. There's some people I'll risk it for, and there's some people that I'm like, I'm honestly okay without it. But yeah.
No, and I was going to say, like, to add to Patty's, it's that time as well when whatever happened with this within the situation that you spend on your own without this person, when you realize, okay, like, there's just a lot of things that start going through your mind and you like, wait, okay, this, like, you start clocking a lot of different things by stepping away from the relationship, from the person. You start realizing, like, wait, what the fuck? No, I'm so much better without this person. And a lot of times it brings up like different friendships or opens doors for others, and it's like you just never know.
That neck roll, bitch. You just never know. Damn, bitch. Can't think of an example. Can you?
No.
Bitch, I live with them.
Fuck. See? Fuck.
No, we're over here like giggling, but that's also like a trauma response.
Yeah, that's literally what you put us in a fucking room. Someone, we're gonna laugh. See, I didn't even think twice about that.
I'll bleep it. We're keeping that so nonchalantly. I mean, it's true.
Yeah.
but you said it. Okay, these are like now like nervous giggles and laughs because it's definitely like a work in progress.
Yeah.
Again, speaking for like,
Yeah.
I think it's just how we were brought up. And it's just crazy because like when you're a child, you believe so much of like what your parents and like the adults around you say as like that's facts. But then as you get older, that frontal lobe is developed, babe, and you just become more educated. And again, education is like you go to school, you travel, you have people, you make friends that are from different cultures, different places. You just expand
and
your mind.
Experiences es el efecto
Per
of all of these different things that what you're learning, what you're experiencing, what you're seeing.
Yeah, even when you try new things. For example, I feel like when I was younger, like if I wanted to try something, it's like, oh, but what if you're gonna fail? Essentially, like, why try?
Yeah.
Or like, oh, you're not gonna be able to do it. Like, you're gonna give up right away. Da da da.
Yep.
Like, that is such a fucked way to think. Like, if anything, you should encourage. Okay, you try something. And it doesn't work. Yeah. You at least tried it. What didn't work?
Yep.
Let's have that conversation.
Yeah.
How did that make you feel? Okay, you were nervous, didn't work out. Okay, guess what? Now you know.
Yeah.
But that's better. I'd rather know versus living my whole life not fucking knowing and living wondering. With the what if.
Yep.
No, babe.
Yep. And then to Patty's point, this goes across all aspects of life. Like literally work, relationships, friendships, everything. What we do right now. Like
no, literally. All that said, relationships, it's not easy. And setting boundaries isn't easy. It's not something that you're just gonna wake up one day and be like, oh, I'm gonna set this boundary and it's gonna go fine. I'm gonna set that boundary, it's gonna be fine. It takes time. And also it's not a black and white thing where like I'm gonna set a boundary and it's gonna go perfectly. No, sometimes it's like, wait, there's friction. Why?
Yeah.
What's gonna happen? But it also shouldn't like, it's either gonna like break a relationship or can honestly make it healthier.
Yeah.
Because then that's when you open the door for conversations.
Yeah. Yep. And like Patty said, it's like it takes time. It's not linear. And like again, I just said like there was a moment a few years ago where I did that for myself and it opened, all of these different things. I was able to work on myself. I was able to move through a lot of just situations that I was going through. And then now, yes, we're in that position similarly in a different way, but it's like, okay, it's just more reflection. Like, okay, well, that was it's on me in a way, So it's like, all right, well, now what are you going to do about it? What are those steps that you're going to take? Yeah. And like, how are you going to work through that?
You're more aware. Yes. You're not starting from ground. Yes. You at least know that you can do it.
Yeah.
And again, it's a conversation.
Yeah.
It honestly starts with that. Mm-hmm. And boundaries will change your life.
Yeah. No.
For the better, or sometimes boundaries can be set up towards you and you might feel in the moment, but I promise like everything it's so cliche, but everything literally happens for a reason.
I know.
When it's supposed to happen.
Yeah. And then always, because you said everything happens for a reson. And just remember, we are lucky girls and everything works out in our favor.
Y con eso ya nos vamos.
Bye.
Make sure to comment, like, subscribe.
And we will see you in the next episode.
Bye.